What's up, party people, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is gonna be all about rediscovering tossed aside or forgot about makeup. So I don't know if you guys do this. I used to do this when I had a smaller collection, but I would have what I call a bad bin, and that was basically a little box that I would put all of my old makeup in or stuff that I just didn't want to use anymore. And the other day I was going through those bins and I was trying to find some stuff that I could potentially sell on Mercari. I found a ton of good stuff, and a lot of this stuff isn't just mine. A lot of it's my mom's as well. So it's stuff that I didn't even know was in there. It kind of felt like Christmas. Like even though it's not new makeup, it feels like I just hit the jackpot. And I'm not really on a no buy or anything. I'm just really trying to limit myself because I'm so tired of just constantly buying new stuff and never getting to use what I actually do like. Like, my collection is just going to waste because I'm constantly entering new stuff into the mix and I don't ever get to enjoy anything. So I'm really trying to set an example for you guys because I feel like this community has become just nothing but hoarding and just buying way too much and buying every new release and every new product that comes out. So hopefully these types of videos really kind of inspire you guys to dig deep into your collection and rediscover some stuff that maybe you forgot about, or maybe you just, I don't know, you just tossed aside. But real quick, I do want to get off topic for a second and review something that is completely random from what we're talking about today. But this is from Octoly. If you don't know, Octoly is basically a site that sends you free makeup in exchange for reviews. You have 21 days to review it, so my 21 days is about up. This will probably be my next video, so we're gonna go ahead and get this out of the way. So this is the Skin Diva Hydrating and Anti-Aging Infusion Spray. So this is basically a rose water spray. If you guys don't know, I'm a really big fan of rose water. I discovered this one right here from, I've been pronouncing it Soo Ae because I'm illiterate, but I just watched a video that called it Soo Ae, so that sounds better. So this is the Soo Ae Revitalizing Rose Mist. You can find this at Walmart for like $8. This really sets a high standard, but this stuff works so amazingly. It gives you an amazing hydration, amazing glow. It's seriously a miracle worker in a bottle. So naturally, I do compare every other rose water spray I try to that one, and this one just doesn't cut it for me. Number one, this is definitely one that's better for spraying on a cotton round and wiping over your face, like, kind of like a toner, because the sprayer is very direct. It just kind of shoots at you and it kind of like punches you in the face. But it just leaves a really tacky film behind. Like, it just feels very sticky and tacky. It's like it never really sets. The Soo Ae one just kind of absorbs into your skin, but it does leave behind that glow, but it feels really moisturizing. This just makes my skin feel tight and almost drier. It's really weird. So for me, the Skin Diva one is just a pass. So just want to get that one out of the way. So let's go through and let's see what we got. So I've got a ton of foundations in here and I don't even know where to begin because there are so many good ones. I want to use them all. So the first foundation I have is actually a cream foundation, and I guess it's kind of why it got tossed aside because I never really use cream foundations. I don't really know why, but this is the Balm Time Balm foundation. So I feel like the Balm is very under the radar. They have some amazing products, and I actually used to work in a makeup store that sold the Balm, so I knew all about it. And I feel like I always recommended this one to people that wanted really good coverage, like people that had acne and stuff, because it has amazing coverage. You can really build this up. But I just wiped off the top layer of this just so I could remove any, excess bacteria from years ago, and it worked great. It's still very creamy. It still builds up beautifully. It held up all day long. I had no adverse reactions to it. I didn't break out. And then this foundation is another one that was sold at that store that I worked at, so I knew all about it. I sold so much of this stuff. This is the SMASHBOX Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Foundation, and they don't come much better than this. And just to show you how crazy I was with testing stuff, even back in the day before YouTube, I actually tested the waterproof or water resistant claim with this. I'm not really sure what it is, but I took a shower with this stuff just so I knew all about it, just so I could say, yes, it is water resistant, or no, it's not. And it held up through the entire shower without smearing or smudging. It looked perfect when I got out. So yeah, I was a little psycho back then too. And then I have the Laura Geller Baked Body Frosting in the shade Honey Glow, which I don't think I've ever used this. This was actually my mom's, but she got onto this product because I was recommending another shade to her, but this is just one we found on eBay. But I could definitely use that as a bronzer. So yeah, I actually did use this the other day. It turned out really pretty. Blush. We have the Makeup Geek Romance Blush. Oh man, this was my blush. I did use this the other day as well, and I have mine in a Z palette, and I just don't feel like it works as well. I don't know what it is, but I used this one the other day, and it seemed to be a lot more pigmented, and it just went on a lot better. It wasn't as dry. So I almost feel like just the single pans that you put into a Z palette or whatever, I was gonna say Z pot, that you put into like a customizable palette or whatever, I feel like they almost dry out too fast. But I have the Maybelline Dream Bouncy blush in the shade number 10 Pink Frosting. I never really got into cream blushes. Like, I was never into cream products back in high school and stuff, but I kind of am now. So that's a really pretty shade. Let's see if it's dry. Ooh, it feels like Play-Doh. Nope, still works. Expiration date, my butt. And then I have the NYX Cream Blush in the shade Natural. These are also discontinued, and I never really loved this one as much as I should have. Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser. This was my mom's. Why does she not use this one? I've been wanting to pick up the Instant Age Rewind for a while now, but I have so many concealers, I just want to use those up first. I have the Palladio Brow Pencil in the shade Taupe. This was my mom's as well. Sorry, Mom, you ain't gonna have no more makeup. And I haven't used this one, but this is just the kind that you sharpen, so that probably will work for me. I have the e.l.f. Baked Highlighter in the shade Moonlight Pearl. People love this product, but I never really liked it because it just felt really dry to me. And then I read that you need to kind of wipe off the top layer, so I did that the other day, used it, and it looks so pretty. Oh my God, this eyeshadow palette, this defines how I did my eyes in high school. If I ever were to do like how I did my makeup in high school video, this is what I would use. This is the Maybelline Eye Studio in the shade Taupe Temptress. I probably went through like 2 of these. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but for an eyeshadow palette, yeah, it is. Like, there's no mattes or anything. They did discontinue these. And then I have the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Mascara. This is pretty new. I got this from my mom not too long ago, and she didn't like it. And it's so funny because this is another product that I actually want to pick up again just because everyone loves this, and I didn't. I mean, I could see why people liked it, but for me, it just didn't work. So I kind of want to see if I can make that work for me now. And then I had the Laura Geller Baked Highlighter in the shade Golden Rose. And this is just a really, really subtle, kind of like, you could probably use this as like a setting powder because it's so subtle. Yeah, let's just go ahead and actually put it on my face. I don't know if I just use this palette alone or what, but this shade right here, this little mauve like pinky rose shade, I would put this all over my eye, and I thought this made my eye color look so pretty. It was so complimentary. I really didn't use these other shades all that much. I literally just got this palette for that mauve-y shade. So we're gonna kick it old school and just go ahead and put this on the lid. Oh my God, why is that awful? Oh my God, there's no pigmentation. Okay, maybe the expiration date is really a thing. Meh, we'll make it work. Yeah, it doesn't look as good as it used to look. I'm gonna go into this super shimmery taupe shade, and I'm gonna try to make it work in the crease. Not to say that you can't put shimmer in the crease. It's just, you know, it's just a thing that I just don't like to do. And then I'm gonna take this super shimmery plum and put that in the outer V. Oh, this poor little palette. It's had the lick. I'm gonna go into the shimmery white and put that in the inner corner. And then in light of just using this palette and this palette alone, let's put it right below the arch of the brow for my brow bone highlight. And I never use a super shimmery brow bone highlight, but we're using it today. So I don't have an eyeliner, so I'm just gonna put on the mascara because probably gonna be taking this look off anyways. So we're gonna go in and give the Lash Paradise Mascara one more shot. Ooh. Oh, that's a lot of clump. Just wipe that off on a tissue. Alright, so mascara ain't looking too bad. I do have a lot of volume, a lot of length, fullness, thickness. This was one of those mascaras though I didn't like with a full eye look, like with the whole shebang, the eyeliner, eyeshadow, all that good stuff. This was one of those mascaras that I liked on its own when, when you're just wearing mascara. So moving on to the Palladio Brow Pencil. Like I said, I haven't used this. It's so funny because Palladio is also sold at that store that I worked at. We're just going down memory lane today. Okay, so that actually looks really good. The color looks really nice. It's a really nice, like, cool tone taupey shade. It's a little bit darker than what I typically like, but it's still a pretty good color. The formula is pretty creamy still. It does feel a little bit dry. That could be because of age. Now, I will say this isn't the type of product that will give you a lot of precision just because of the nature of what it is. It's the kind that you sharpen, so it will dull out as you apply it. And I feel like this is really, really creamy, so even though I just sharpened it, it definitely did dull out quite a bit. It did, lose a lot of the sharpness to it. All right, foundation time. Let's go ahead and start off with the Smashbox one. Okay, so the color is a really, really good shade. This is in the shade 1.2. So I'm guessing I put it back because I probably got tan or something and I just forgot to get it back out. Well, there's a lot more in here, so there's still a lot to love. Okay, so there's a Smashbox, and as you can see, it looks really, really light on the skin, but you can build it up. I wouldn't say it's like the fullest of full coverages, but it's definitely more buildable. It did like blend out fine. I don't have any issues with that. It looks really, really good on the skin. It looks very, very natural, actually. Now that I'm trying it again, I remember that it did look really natural on the skin, but it just held up so well. This is a really, really good summer foundation. So moving on to the Time Balm foundation, let's go into light medium. And it actually does work better with a brush, but we're gonna start off with a sponge just for funsies. Okay, so there's the coverage with the sponge. Now I'm gonna go into my Sigma F80. I'm gonna spray the brush with some setting spray or like a hydrating spray. And let's dip right in there, get some on the brush. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright, so I feel like the colors look pretty dang close. I feel like we did a pretty good job there. Or my old self, my high school self did a pretty good job there. These are the type of products that you can wear for all skin types. It's just, you know, whether or not you want to use setting powder and, you know, all that good stuff. But yeah, you could definitely just let these sit on their own. So now going into the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, which is probably my #1 favorite concealer. I think my mom didn't like this because the color. It's in the shade Fair, and it's a little bit too cool tone. My favorite shade, well, it was in the shade Light, but it was more of just a skin tone kind of concealer. It didn't really brighten, but now they've expanded their shade range a little bit. So they have, I think the shade Ivory, or like Light Ivory or something like that, is my perfect under eye concealer shade. And yes, I know I probably should have not used the sponge tip because it's been on there for a while, but you know what? Really don't care. It's none of your business. If I want to use something that breaks me out, so be it. It's my skin. So I'm gonna go into the Maybelline Dream Bouncy. I know a lot of you guys probably don't have this one anymore because it is discontinued, but in case you do have it, I feel like, you know, we stop using products that are discontinued thinking that, oh, you can't get your hands on them anymore, but we also forget about the people that already had their hands on them. Like, just because you can't go out and buy it just doesn't mean that you don't already have it in your collection. So let's see. This one is not blending out very nicely. It could be just because it's old. So I'm just gonna blend around the edges of that, try to tone down that bad boy. Oh, that's kind of pretty. It's like a really pretty flush. Now I'm gonna go into the NYX blush, and I actually didn't used to like this one because it felt really greasy and oily, but now let's see. This is a really pretty shade. Oh man, that's so pretty. But, oh, that's pigmented crap. So we're looking a little harsh. So I'm just gonna go around with my foundation brush, just going around the edges, and voila. So, what's next? Setting powder. So, like I said, I have that Laura Geller, baked highlighter in the shade Golden Rose. I got this as a highlighter. It's just way too subtle. It's really pretty, but it almost reminds me of the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powders. I found this on eBay, I think, so we're going to use that to set under the eyes today. But this is actually giving a really pretty glow. It looks a little bit shiny, but I'm also applying a lot. Like, I'm not being too light-handed with it because I actually do want to see it. This would be really pretty to use as a setting powder for dry skin. So I'm just going to use another powder to set the rest of my face because I don't want the rest of my face to be too glowy. So there is that. So now let's go into the Laura Geller Baked Body Frosting in the shade Honey Glow. And I think I got this one from my mom as a highlighter, and it turned out to be too dark. And she's not someone that really uses bronze. Oh God. They just have a very slight sheen to them, and that's what makes them look so realistic. Because I know, you know, we've gotten into this like matte bronzer trend. When you have a tan, you have a glow to your skin. That's really, really pretty. I'm really glad I discovered that because that is a beautiful tone. Now moving on to the Makeup Geek Romance Blush. This was my jam. This was like my favorite blush ever. It's a really pretty kind of corally orange with a golden sheen. It kind of reminds me of NARS Orgasm without all of the like rosy tones in there. And I actually found this little bad boy that I got my mom a while back in the bin, and I haven't washed it, but it's okay. It's my mom. This is the e.l.f. complexion brush, and it's another thing that I've wanted to pick up again. Just, I have so much stuff, but I'm just gonna, I probably should have used this for something. I forgot to. This is just one of those brushes that is so universal. You can use it for literally everything. Setting powder, blush, bronzer. So if you want a drugstore brush that you could use for everything, this is definitely it. e.l.f. Baked Highlighter, the shade Moonlight Pearls. Like I said, I really scraped off all the top because it was really dry. I couldn't get anything off of it. And it seems to be working pretty well now. It actually looks really, really pretty. So let's pop it right there. Oh. So just to kind of tone down that highlight, just because I haven't really been into a super blingy highlight anymore, I'm just going to go in with my complexion brush and kind of meld everything together. But this is the epitome of an old favorite. This is the Revlon lip butter in the shade Peach Parfait. This was my mom's. She used to love it. I don't know why she put it in there. This is so good. I actually had one and ran out of it, and they did discontinue them, so we back in business. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it inspires you to get some of your old makeup out and just kind of rediscover your bad bin. Maybe there's something that you used to not like that you would really like now. You know, our preferences change, our application method changes, you know, just you never know. So thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel. I have a little button right down there in the corner. Hit the notification bell to be notified of all my videos. And when you do that, comment below #partypeople to become part of my Party People squad. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah.